Stampmaven, here today to show you this fun bag that we're going to make with our gift bag punch board. I want to show you first off how to actually use the punch board. It is not as hard as you might think, and the reason I'm making this video right now is this gift box punch board is going to be featured in our online extravaganza sale happening starting on Monday, November 23rd and going all the way through to November 30th. There are going to be some great buys on there. So be sure to visit my online store at annbrown.stampinup.net to see all the great things. Now, I've been doing this bag at my stamp clubs this month, and everybody has just loved it, mainly because I've taught them that using this gift bag punch board, and any of our punch boards for that reason, for that matter, are very easy. Okay, we are going to be making a medium bag today. Notice here you could do a small, medium, or large. All of the gift bags will be the same width on the bottom, 2 inches, but the height of the bag will be different. So I've started today with a piece of Whisper White cardstock that I've pre-cut to 7.5 inches and then the 11. So what I'm going to do first off, using my score tool, I'm going to place my paper right here at the start line. It's marked off very clearly, and I like to get my horizontal line out of the way first so that I won't forget to do it later, and when I'm making my flaps I'll be all ready to go. Okay, so that's out of the way. Now we're going to come back, we're going to line up our left edge with the start line. Whenever you're making any of the boxes or bags, you always want to start at the start line. Then I'm going to punch, and we're making a medium bag, so I'm going to come down and I'm going to score here by the M. That is going to be the front of our bag. Now that I have my score line here, I'm going to line that up with the little marker right here, and that way I'll know exactly where I'm going to be scoring. Now I'm going to do the side. So right here where it says side, I'm going to score down. Then in this little notch here, I'm going to score, come over and do my little triangles, so I'll be able to have this side part of the bag. Now I'm going to slide that last score line down here again to my point. And remember, we've done our front, our side. Now we need the back of the bag. And, you know, I just noticed here that I forgot to punch right here. So I'm going to go back and punch. This is very forgiving because if you do forget to do something, it's not a problem. Okay, now I'm going to come back in and I'm going to punch, and I've done again my medium score line. Now I'm going to move it back over here to my little point. I'm going to punch. Now we're doing the other side of the bag, so I'm going to score down here where it says side, score here in the middle, and come along here at my triangles. Then the last thing, I need to come and do one more punch by this last score line. And now I've got my bag ready to go. Okay, we are going to cut off this little notch at the end because we don't need that. Okay, now the next thing you're going to do is you're going to fold on all the score lines. And I'm even going to do right here the part that is going to make our bottom. I'm not going to fold all the way in on these little side marks, but what I am going to do is I'm going to just pooch it in and then fold a little bit there, and down here at the triangle the same thing. Then I'm going to come over here to the other side and I'm going to do the same thing The reason you don't have to really fold it, on the score line as much as you did the others is because the bag itself will come in and do that. Okay, now on this little 1/2 inch flap that I have, I'm going to fold that down and I'm going to put my tear tape on the inside of that fold. And I like to put it right in the middle because then it will cover the whole thing and I won't have to worry about having it off to one side or the other. Okay, so now I've got that score tape. I'm going to flip it around here so it's a little bit easier for you to see. I'm going to lay it down flat, and then what I'm going to do is just fold this other piece along, take off my tear and tape, give it a good crease down here, and there I've got my bag. Okay, now the next thing I'm going to do is fold in those side flaps, and when I put another piece of score tape, I only want to put it right along the top of this flap. And the reason for that is you don't want to get extra tear and tape when you're folding down for the bottom of the box where it will stick where you don't want it. Okay, so now I've taken that off. I'm going to put my box together, and then what I usually do is come back in with my scoring tool. You can also use a bone folder, or you can even use the bottom of some of your fine tip glue just to make sure that's secure. Then notice how these sides that I was telling you about fold in just very easily right here, and you really didn't need to fold them that hard. Now I'm going to punch up here. I want to just show you, and there we go. You notice here how there is the little fold here and here. I'm going to use that as a guide when I am punching my holes to put in my ribbon. I'm going to come down about 1/4 of an inch, and then let me get off that. Then I'm going to come over here, and that I can feel where that fold is, and I'm going to come just next to that and see how you have your holes that are perfectly aligned. Okay, now I'm going to show you how we are going to build the rest of these fun little pieces to make up our snowman. We have these great doilies. They come in large gold and silver, and then a smaller gold and silver. I am just going to pick a gold one like I've used here to just jazz up my bag, and I'm going to come in with my fine tip glue pen, and I'm going to secure that to the front. Now, to make the snowman's body, I've used the Dazzling Diamonds glimmer paper. You can also use Whisper White, you can use watercolor paper, anything that you want, but I wanted the glimmer paper to make it pop a little more. I used one 2-inch circle, one 1 3/4 inch circle, and a 1 3/8 inch circle. Now, you can either adhere these flat to your gift bag, or you can use Stampin' Dimensionals. I am going to do it flat today just because it's a little easier to show you. Okay, so I'm going to start with the bottom one. Then I'm going to put the next circle on there. And it's really going to look like snow when we get done. Okay, so there's the snowman, and notice I've even put his head off a little bit to the side to make him more like a funny snowman. Then to make his hat, we are going to use our decorative label punch and black cardstock, punch out one piece, and you'll notice here we only need half of that for his punch. So I'm going to just snip that in half, and then I'm going to come in with my word window punch to do the brim of his hat, and just again using black cardstock. So we're going to put his little hat on his head right here. Then, let me push that down. Then I'm going to come and put some here. And let me get that in the back. I did this in the wrong order. Put his top of his hat down first and then his brim. That will look a little bit better. And so we've constructed our snowman using those circles. Then this little red ball that's going to go on his hat, I've just cut off from our pom-pom trim in our holiday catalog. It comes in a big roll, and you can just nip this off, and it's great whenever you need like a little embellishment, maybe even for Rudolph's nose. Now the next part, to make the jolly here, what I've done is I've taken one of our dies from our Christmas Thinlet set and a piece of one of our Designer Series paper stacks. I love to use those because, as you notice here, they have two sides. I'm going to use the poinsettia side, which is what I used here. I'm going to just roll that through the Big Shot using the Precision base plate. If you don't have one of those, you definitely want to get it because it makes cutting out these little intricate dies so much easier. Then the last thing that I used on this, I also used some more paper. This time it's from our 12 by 12 Christmas paper in our annual catalog. And I'm going to put that right into our scallop tag punch. And then I have the little tag here that I've got on my bag. I just finished it off with a piece of gold cording, and then this tag, I can write my recipient's name right on here, and then there will be the anticipation of seeing this under the tree and wondering what is inside this adorable gift. I hope you enjoyed this other punch art project today. Thanks for stopping by.